everybody, how you doing? This is Leo from Bippys Cove, and I got Barry here with me today, and we're going to talk a little bit about, everybody's wondering about that steel structured building on the boulevard here in Seaside Heights. We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. What we know, it was proposed that they're going to put an entertainment complex there. They're going to knock down a couple of floors of because it was a 4-story building at first. They're going to knock it down, take off a couple of floors, and they're going to decrease the size and the structure of what the original plan was. The original plan in 2008 was to be supposed to have so many bars and an outside pool. It was supposed to have stores going around the outside on the bottom. I never really saw the plan. I don't know if the plan was it's out there somewhere. We were not able to get a copy of that though, right, Barry? But I think it's a good idea for the town. It's such an eyesore over there, and everybody always asks, "What's going on with that? What's going to go on with that?" So, right, Barry?
Yeah.
What was some of the information that you were able to scrape up?
What I was able to scrape up is, as far as we know, is it's supposed to be they're going to tear down the steel on the upper levels and turn it into a 2-level building, entertainment center. Now, we don't know exactly what type of entertainment center because that's still being kicked around with the planning board. We understand from Chris Voss and Tony Voss is that the owner is supposed to set the guidelines of how long it's going to take and how long it's going to take to build and what are the plans of it and how it's going to be built. We're still waiting to hear on that also.
It was a total revamp for the boulevard here in Seaside Heights, which this building sits on, the boulevard. It's actually one whole beginning corner of the boulevard. Well, it's on that corner of Hamilton and Webster. It sits right on that corner. So there's a lot of things that we're gonna that they proposed to the town. I think it was approved, but now I think they're just waiting for the funds and everything. But as soon as we find out more information about all this, I think it's very good. I think it's a great idea. I don't think it's going to be done by this summer, but if we do see some activity there, I've been seeing some activity there, like the cranes and everything else. They're going to be knocking down the floors. I've seen that. I haven't seen anything else that's been, like, no walls are coming up yet or nothing like that. But as far as playing with the dirt and everything over there, they are doing that. As long as the weather is on their side,
Right. The town is also waiting to see more solid plans on the project also. Let's make that clear.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as the town can get more solid plans on the project, I think the project will move forward. As far as we know right now, and as far as we are seeing, they are taking down the upper floors slowly but surely. The upper floors are being removed. Mm-hmm. But until we get something more solid and concrete on the town level, we're going to see further action.
I think money was the big factor in this whole thing, this whole project it started out in 2008, and then, everything sort of went belly up from then. And then we had to deal with Sandy, then we had to deal with the boardwalk fire, so everything is, everything was all coming together with all these problems. And a lot of it, it's, from what we understand, it's the same owner. This property is the same owner as Hemingway, so, I'm sure that it's going to be, once it takes off, it'll be finished, and I'm sure he does, because he did a beautiful job with the Hemingways. So I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful complex. And when they say an entertainment complex, I heard that there's going to be a stage, there's going to be a music, so they're going to be having concerts and stuff, indoor things, so that'll give us some winter activity here in Seaside Heights. Right, Barry?
Well,
So
the push since 2008 is to make the boulevard a year-round town boulevard.
yes,
That is the push. And the other push is to make sure that the boulevard is now family oriented.
yes, absolutely.
So this way it fits in with the year-round project. We also understand the town has hired professionals who will be doing a master plan for the
The
boulevard.
entire boulevard. So it's going
Right.
to be a total revamp of the boulevard. They did that years ago. What, about like 10 or 15 years ago? They went with the New Orleans
The New Orleans design,
theme.
and
Yeah,
now the theme is the family oriented boulevard.
yeah. So
Is the
what
new
that
theme?
means, we don't know yet. It's still up in the air and a surprise. In other words, how it's
Yeah.
going to take off.
Right, and we're waiting. As soon as we hear anything, we'll pass it on to you, the public. But still, there's a lot of if, ands, and buts that still have to be answered on both sides of the parties with the town and the owner of the property.
There is a couple of new restaurants that are coming into town that will be open. I think one of them is the Genevieve's Italian restaurant. It's a nice little, looks like a nice little quaint Italian cafe. And then there's um, the Nano Brewery. I don't think they're gonna have food in there, but it's Nano. It's a microbrewery, and they call it the Nano because I think it's a scaled down of their own um, beer brew. You know, their own beer that they would be making in a different types of all different types. But from what I understand, it's not open yet, but it will be open for the summer. That's going to be another interesting thing, and I saw some of the pictures on that. I'll see if we could get some of those pictures up. That would be nice too.
Yeah.
All right. Instead of pictures, we went a little bit further. We're going to give you a nice video tour, a virtual tour of the boulevard in Seaside Heights. And as we're walking down the boulevard, we're coming across the still building. It's what we were talking about in our conversation here. Right, Barry? That's where
Yeah. Yes.
we're crossing over. We're heading up towards now Webster.
You're seeing what the building looks like at present time now in the video that we were talking about, and you're also going to be seeing parts where they actually are tearing it down to the two floors.
Mm-hmm. You can see how they started because it was a lot higher than this before. Right? You could see how that. You could tell how it was how they knocked it down to a smaller scale because it was. I think it was originally 5 floors.
Yeah, it was 5 floors.
You know, counting the bottom, but it's actually. It looks like it's got a lot of potential. I have a feeling that it's going to be a really great idea, and it's going to bring us some interesting things here in Seaside. And I gave Barry my camera, and I told him to go walk and give us some footage on the boulevard here. So, for some odd reason, Barry, we're at a standstill. What's going on? Were we crossing the road?
Yeah, I was crossing the road at the time,
Okay.
and now we're on the move again.
If you could see, like how, like it's right across the street from Karma, and gonna put the camera towards that a little bit. You could see it's right across the street from like Karma and what's
Yeah,
that, Savior?
yeah, Savior. And now you're looking at Webster Avenue. This is Webster. You're also looking at, if you look further down, you can see the boardwalk on Webster. And you notice you can see now this is the northern side of the structure that you are looking at right now. And we're swinging back, and now you're looking back southbound, and you're going down the boulevard. And now you can see Karma on the right hand
And Savior
side,
too.
and Savior.
So it's right across from that. So that's going to be a good location. I mean, that's a really good location on, for the complex.
Right.
And
Now you're seeing the lower steel structure that they were talking about, the town.
behind this black fence right here.
Or we
This
call it the
black tarp.
black top
The tarp.
curtain,
Yeah.
tarp
Well,
curtain.
behind that is where there used to be the pool. There was supposed to be a pool there, and you were able to see it. It was visible at one time, but they put up the black curtain, I guess, to keep us in suspense. So I'm not sure if this new um, proposal is going to have the pool or not. Do you know, Barry?
No, I understand that's still up in the air in the discussion of how they're going to do this and everything else.
And now we're going towards Hamilton, up towards the boardwalk.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you could see our friends over there at the beach house.
Yep.
Hey, Joanne and Steve, how are you?
Yeah. We're now going eastbound on Hamilton Avenue, and you're noticing the structure again, and you're noticing the levels here as we're walking towards the eastbound of Hamilton.
Yeah, they got a long ways to go, so that's what I'm saying. That this is not going to be done this summer. I mean, even though it was passed and the proposal was passed, which we really don't know yet for sure, but it's gonna. I would venture to say probably next year it would be done.
That's what we're hoping, you
Yeah.
know, and we're waiting to hear more information from planning board. Now you're seeing us walking, going eastbound on Hamilton, and now you're looking at Lucky Leo's.
That's what they call me.
And now we're on the boardwalk, and we are now walking northward on the boardwalk, going northward that you're looking at. And there's a beautiful view of the ocean, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
And there is the coin castle, the favorite coin castle that everybody enjoys.
And spices.
And there's another view of the ocean again. And notice that beautiful view.
It was a nice day over here in February. Whenever this was, when Barry took the walk, the little stroll down the boulevard and the boardwalk. So we brought it to you too. And
right now, if you're looking straight ahead, here is the Easter seal sign.
The Easter seals were. This is where the rides are going to be for sale. They have like the special for Easter,
where you get the 50% off on the tickets, and this is when we request everybody to go and get those tickets now because of the Easter sale.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're looking at now is the rides being put together on the boardwalk. This is very rarely seen by you, the public, on the computer. And here's an input, and you're actually seeing firsthand the rides being put together for the new season, which is very rarely seen. You usually see the summertime rides, the way they are all put together, but you don't see them in the construction stage when they're beginning in the spring, where they're being put together, putting on the boardwalk. And this is a beautiful view that we're showing you, that you're seeing firsthand. And now you're looking at the gondolas that are going up to be put onto the Ferris wheel.
They take them apart. They take them down every winter, and I guess so they don't gather with snow and get all those winter elements. Do they store them here, Barry? Are they down and they stored here, or they brought them here?
No, they're stored somewhere else.
Oh, okay. So they brought them over here
and they brought them back here to put them back up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're from the storage area that is kept at a different location, and then they bring the gondolas from that storage location and they bring it here to be put up onto the Ferris wheel, which is a beautiful view. And you notice it's different colors of the gondolas that go up.
Yeah, I see blue and red, and
there
she is.
There she is. There's the Ferris wheel, the popular Ferris wheel.
Yep, that's it. How tall is that, Barry?
It's 131 feet tall.
Wow, 131. Look at how high that is.
Yep.
And you get some nice view if
beautiful view.
If you ever get a chance, you got to get up there and take a ride on that Ferris wheel.
All right, now you're seeing the parts of the sky ride being put together. These are the chairs that go onto the cable and are connected to the cable that gives you that ride across the beach, that beautiful beach of ours in Seaside Heights that everybody enjoys.
There's a lot more colors than the gondolas, huh?
Yeah, and you notice that there's the reds, the yellows, the blues, all different colors. And now you notice we're moving over to the Hydrus, which you'll see next, coming as we're walking along. Please understand we are going northward on the boardwalk, and we are now getting closer to the Hydrus.
They take that apart too?
No, the Hydrus is, they have a storage area where the vehicles are put in.
And they just put it right in.
And they put it in the vehicle storage area.
Is that right?
Yep. And that is on the, you can see the storage area on the south side there.
What's the height on that vertical drop?
That is 72 feet high.
Maron.
Yep.
Wow.
Now you see the beautiful view of the Hydrus, and you see the snake, as we had told you in episode 1 and in episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a beautiful picture.
Yeah, of the Hydrus.
Of the Hydrus.
Okay, here's a side view.
Yeah, this is a side view. This is, again, on the northern side of a Hydrus. This shows you the northern side. This is also, on the north side is where the brake system is, too. As you see the slanted part down, going downward into the station is the brake system. And you can see the sky ride there, the cable to the sky ride.
See the dunes? Those are those sandy dunes.
And these are the sandy dunes that we were talking about.
And we're going down Sheridan now, and that's how close we are to the Boardwalk Cove Apartments from the Sheridan. From Sheridan and from the boardwalk. We're walking towards Sheridan right now. And there's that golf course.
Yeah, the golf course is coming up.
The water park.
Yep.
That we were talking about also in episode 2, wasn't it?
Yep.
Let's just safely say one of our episodes.
So
I don't remember the number. And that's the 3-floor golf course.
Actually, that was in 6, ladies and gentlemen, that we were talking about, that he was trying to remember. That was in episode 6.
Episode 6 was the rides, right?
And in,
well, we put this in a couple of them, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Yeah, but mostly we talked about it in 6.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at how beautiful. That is a beautiful golf course, though, Barry. And it's right behind us. It's right behind us here at the Boardwalk Cove Apartments. And there you have it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, the little virtual tour that we gave you of the structural building. And then there's another restaurant that's going to be open. What was that one? The sushi. The sushi place. The sushi restaurant will be open. I think that's going to be open this year too. If you guys remember where the Top of Spaghetti was,
they
bought the building. So
right,
the sushi place is going to be in there. That's already open. I know that was open this past summer. So I mean, I think that
they're coming back.
They're coming back this year.
Yeah.
So other than that, everything else is going good here in Seaside Heights.
Also, everybody, start getting ready for the Easter sales. Easter sales on the casino pier will be April 1st. So get ready for those sales and discounts.
Yes, that's always a big thing. That's always great to have. They get a big discount for those the tickets, the ride tickets, the water park tickets, the go-kart tickets. It's a great event. So
and other thing is just let
great
you know,
savings too.
The arcade stands are starting to open up again
on weekends.
So you could go arcading again on the stands. Also beware of the traffic situation coming over the bridge.
Yeah, they didn't change that yet.
They haven't changed it yet. Back to the other bridge.
The bridge is not open just yet.
It's still under construction.
It should be open by Memorial Day, they're telling us. So, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a comment on the bottom. Thank you, and we'll see you in episode 12.
Goodbye, everybody, and see you on the next episode.